Well, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first ever official Live at 5 show. Before I bring on my first guest, I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Greg, first one here. Thank you, Greg. Jen, Chris, Johnny. I'm going to try to go do this real quick so Emily doesn't leave in the background. Misha, thank you for coming, bestie. Wendy, Kay. Future interview coming on in an hour. Thank you for being here. Larry, Nikki, and Nikki. Thank you guys all for coming. Appreciate you guys being here. I know you guys are not here to see me, so let me introduce the first guest here. It's good.
That was amazing. Are you kidding me?
I'll send it to you. You can use it for yourself in the future if you want.
I love it. I'm going to use it all the time. I'll take that right from you.
Yeah, I'll play it again.
I love Charmander. As you know, we have that bond, Charmander bond. It's very special.
That should have taken me like legit 10 seconds to make. It took me like 20 minutes. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
I tried different like screen sharing things. I finally figured it out. But yeah.
I know all the technology stuff, man. Like that can be some of the hardest stuff to deal with. Like reselling, all of that. Like a lot of that stuff is easy for me. Like YouTube and like the technology sometimes like that gets me in a whole different way sometimes.
Yeah, I'm just getting used to editing on a computer. Yeah. My first like videos I made were all on the phone. I'm not the guy. People ask me like tech stuff. I'm like, I'm the wrong guy to ask. I watch a YouTube video and hope it helps me. That's pretty much all that I do. But
yeah,
anyway,
you end up learning so much.
Welcome. Thank you for being the first like official guest of this thing.
Absolutely.
Saying yes. It's always scary asking people and seeing if they want to come on or not. So thank you for coming.
Yeah.
You want to tell people who you are in case people don't know who you are?
Well, I'm Emily Conway, and my YouTube channel is Emily Conway. Very simple, straightforward. You can type it right in. I'll be the first one to pop up. Thankfully, I'm a reseller, as probably most of you are as well. It's probably why you're here. I resell on eBay and also Facebook Marketplace. I actually have a few playlists. So the value that I bring would be my Facebook Marketplace tutorials. Those have done the best for me. I show you how to do a listing step by step. I try to help people get onto Facebook Marketplace because I think that's one of the biggest problems for people is a lot of people don't have access to it. And guys, let me just tell you ahead of time, with Facebook Marketplace, it is random and there's not a heck of a lot you can do if you don't have access to it. So I have a playlist on that, just step-by-step guides. I have lots of thrifting videos, what sold videos, you name it. And top 25 videos, those are another one that do really well for me. So I have a playlist of top 25 bolos of certain little brands. Like I did Beanie Boos, I did Build-A-Bear, I did Starbucks mugs, just things that people collect, that people are looking for. So those do really well for me. And so, yeah, that's me. And I'm reselling, and I'm a mom of 2, and YouTube and TikTok, and yeah, I'm like always going basically.
Harry said that technology is easy, even he can do it. So it's easy if Harry can do it. That's for sure.
Easy, and then all of a sudden it's not. Like the GoPro will mess up, or the GoPro will have trouble connecting to my stuff, and then YouTube's having a problem that day. Like this week was just kind of annoying for me. So maybe I'm just like venting a little bit.
But if you want to use my show as a venting platform, go ahead.
I'm like, let me tell you. No.
Greg's asking what your top 5 favorite letters are.
Out of 26.
Yeah, which one don't you like? I guess.
I know, right? That's a tough call.
I don't even know.
I've never thought about it, Greg. I don't. What a question.
Probably the best question you've ever been asked.
Let's ask Emily the most awkward questions we can.
Speaking of YouTube, when did you start it and why did you start it? What was the reasoning for it?
So I started YouTube. I kind of knew I wanted to get on the platform somehow. I was going to do art and visual art, but actually that ends up being a lot of work. And I don't know. I was going to do like visual art. I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do on YouTube. My mom showed me reselling, which she had been reselling for years. And so she kind of introduced me to reselling. And then, of course, I started reselling and then I just got hooked. It was just addicting. It's the best feeling. So I started my business the same time I started my YouTube channel. So like one of my first YouTube videos was me going to some guy's yard sale and picking up all this new old stock electronics for like $40, and he filled up my entire car. And so that was one of my first YouTube videos. And so like they kind of went hand in hand. It just happened that way. I didn't really plan it. I just saw other people on YouTube and I'm like, why not throw my videos up on YouTube? And I've grown little by little every single time. You know, you start off and you're doing everything wrong mostly. Yeah. But I've learned more and more as time has gone on, like what does well for me, what doesn't, and accidental successes. And like I just throw stuff at the wall and like see what sticks. And then I like try to double down on those things that I see are doing well.
That's pretty bold, actually, just to start. Because when I first started reselling, I was like, I don't think I want to do a channel. I have nothing to provide. No one's going to watch it. Why am I doing this? You just like, I don't care. I'm posting this. If people like it, they like it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. That's pretty much
I was actually terrified every step of the way, to be honest with you. Like I really was. Like one of my videos, like I was okay with like going to the yard sale and filming what was going on there a little bit. I actually had my phone in my pocket because I didn't have a GoPro or anything fancy. So I literally just had my phone in my pocket. And it was just me talking to the guy or whatever.
So it was just audio, pretty much?
It was just black, yeah. So that wasn't scary to me to do that. But like then I had to put the camera in front of my face, you know, and then I talked about a buyer and like I was annoyed with the buyer for some reason. And so I was venting and I was making a grilled cheese sandwich and venting. And I remember I was shaking. I was like literally shaking. Like there was shakiness in my voice trying to like tell this story. And like also when you're doing it, you see yourself all the time and you hear your own voice all the time. Like when you go back and edit your videos, you know, so then like you're like seeing all your flaws or like whatever as you're editing and stuff. And you're like, I don't like the way I looked, you know, and stuff like that. When you first start out, you're a lot like that. And more as time has gone on, I feel like YouTube just sort of like makes you really just comfortable in your own skin after a while. Because like, I remember like the first mistake I made, I felt like the end of the world, you know, like I told somebody something wrong or something and like, oh my gosh, like it was so difficult for me to deal with, you know, but then it's like, now the sky didn't fall, you know what I mean? Like
I survived.
Not a big deal. Like, and so I realized how small those issues actually are. Like, but it's like you have to face all those insecurities when you put yourself out there all the time. So,
okay, it's cool on you. Oh boy, I'm going to be really bad on wrenching. Jen, I'm going to go after the channel after the show's over and wrench people. It's going to be really hard for me to keep up with that. Okay, so how would you? So pretty much we have you here because I'm the way I'm doing my show now is I have a bigger YouTuber channel in the beginning than a smaller one coming afterwards. Okay. So pretty much I say bigger is over 1,000, which is kind of crazy to me now because I just hit 1,000 yesterday, so I don't consider myself big at all.
Congratulations, but, that's so awesome.
Watch everybody unsub during the show. I'm going to go back to 900, but that's what Angie says. Every time she goes live, she loses like 3 subs. So like,
what? I don't notice like that. I don't notice like when people unsub. Like I have people subbing and unsubbing all the time, so I don't even notice anymore like when it might be happening.
Where are all the trolls at? Yo, don't bring them in here, Danny. don't say that. So, what would be your like top 3 tips for both reselling success and then YouTube success?
For both reselling and YouTube, I think a lot of people say this, but I'm definitely going to throw it out there for myself mostly, is consistency. YouTube and reselling, like to have a consistent schedule, whatever that is, like whatever you can manage. With me, with 2 kids, I can't get like so many things done. Like my time is very limited, so I have to really like allot my time and have a very structured schedule and maintain that schedule and stay consistent with it. Of course, things are going to pop up. Life's going to happen, you know, like don't hate on yourself. Like if something in your life happens and disrupts that, like that's normal, that's going to happen. But once you're back in the right area, the right space, mental space, jump back into your routines, stay consistent. So number 1 is definitely consistency. Number 2 is like I think I've said it in Wendy had a video out recently, just getting a lot of advice from resellers. But one thing I always try to maintain is just like constantly having an attitude of learning, because I feel like if I often put out there that I don't know everything, that like if you have something that you want to say to me, please tell me. Like if I miss something at the thrift store, for example, please tell me. Like I want to soak up all the knowledge I can. Like I think at first you're sort of, you could be, not everybody, but some people have the insecurity where they feel like they have to know everything right away to be on the platform or to have anything to offer. Like stick to what you do know and what you're confident about and what you've researched well. But also like keep that attitude of, hey, can you please like let me know if there's anything I said that was incorrect? Like I want to hear from you, because we don't want to be putting out the wrong information, you know, at least on accident or whatever. Like,
yeah. So, and that's really key too, because a lot of times, like that's why like, when I'm starting to do yard sale videos, I'm trying to record everything that I go past, not just what I actually end up buying. Because a lot of times I'm probably passing a bunch of awesome things, and people in the chat like, oh, that's money right there. That's money right there. Like I remember you had something with like a tennis racket, right? Like at the thrift store in the past. Like I never knew about that either. Yeah. I think it was like.
Go ahead.
Was it Prince? No, it wasn't Prince. Well, it was. I don't know. I remember the brand either, but.
See, I remember this. There was a symbol on it, like a squished looking symbol. It was like a U looking symbol, but I can't remember what the exact brand was. I never ended up going back and finding it because I it's hard with kids, you know, like getting out there all the time and like it's like, yep, I'm just gonna drop everything and go back to that thrift store and go get it, you know. So like I didn't end up getting back there to go get it or to check to see. But yeah, so that was so helpful for me. Like, I think that's one really good side benefit of just putting your thrifting trips out there to show people, because they can tell you like, hey, you passed this thing up or that thing up. And you're like, oh, shoot, I got to keep that in mind. People really keep you sharp. And I like that. Like, I appreciate when people tell me that. Like, don't feel like you can't say anything because whatever, somebody's a bigger YouTuber or something. Just tell them, because that really, like, I've learned so much from people. And another thing that I have to, because we did 2 things. So like, I can't remember, consistency, keeping that like teachable heart, teachable mind, because that, I think that's what's going to make you money in the long run. But the third one, I literally had it in my brain and now I forgot it.
That's on me. It's my bad.
God. I was just going to say.
While you think of it, I'm going to say Wendy. No.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Sorry. Is to have a guy or a girl for everything. So like if you pick up something you don't know a lot about, have a go-to guy or a go-to girl that like knows everything about this thing. That helps me so much. Like I pick up some golf clubs and like I'll contact Dan, the answer man, right away, because I know that he's available and ready to answer my questions about golf clubs, you know. And so
it's in his name, right? He has to be.
Exactly. So have a person that you know knows this thing. Like that's a perk about like having a niche item that you really know a lot about. Like I try to like tell people, hey, ask me about plush. I know some about plush. You know, I don't know everything, but like you could ask me a plush question and I could get back to you and help you out with it the best that I can. Like I am trying to like hone my knowledge on one thing so I can be helpful to people. But I think there's perks to both picking up everything, which I do pick up everything. But I also hone in a lot on toys and plush, and I just like to learn about it. But yeah, my third tip is just to have a person to lean on, because you don't know everything, and that's okay. You know, like lean on each other, like help each other out, work together to get the right answer.
Yeah. If Emily can't answer your question, ask this guy right here.
Yeah. Help me out.
He's the king of plush. Yeah.
I picked up a Five Nights at Freddy's plush one time at the thrift store. And so I knew it was money, but I just didn't know how much, you know, and I was just going to like post it for like, I was going to try and find that exact one. I probably could have found it if I really looked. But I could have just posted it for like $20, my Five Nights at Freddy's plush, when it was $100 plush. And Chris helped me out. He jumped in and he's like, hey, 100.
Oh, I thought they said 500. I was like,
no.
What? Okay.
Yeah, it was a $100 plush. And I mean, you could have sold it for more. I think I had it up for like 150. Somebody put in an offer of 100 and I took it. But it was a GameStop exclusive plush that I just didn't know. And so that's why it's like, you really have to have those people in your circle, you know,
sure,
who know a lot about items.
Yeah, and that's the beauty about the reselling world, is there are a lot of people who actually have a niche saying, hey, I'm good at this. I do not have that. So guys, don't ask me about anything. I'm still learning. So like I'm trying to, like, I know a thing or two about a lot of different things, but I don't have one like thing that I'm like honed in on. And like I don't even know what that would be, because it's like I buy mainly storage units, so it's like I can't focus on one item. It's just pretty much what comes to me. I learn about it on the fly and try to go that way. Mm-hmm. But ask Emily all the questions you want about everything. She knows everything. She knows how to get stuff for free, guys. That's the best.
Yeah, that was a great call. Well, I mean, yard sales are not too common out here in New York, so it's hard typically for me to get free stuff.
How far away are they usually from you?
What's that?
How far do you have to drive to hit one? Like
they have them all over the place. Actually, today I went to go pick up money because I was going to go to a yard sale on my Facebook Marketplace, because I find stuff on Facebook Marketplace and then I'll go head to those yard sales. But today I went to go pick up my money at the bank to go to the yard sale, and then there was a yard sale right in front of the bank, and I'm like, oh, here's one.
So, that's awesome.
Like, they're everywhere nowadays. Like in this season, they're everywhere because people have a limited time where the weather's going to be nice in New York. So I think they just, like, when they pop up, they really pop up everywhere. So yeah.
Dave, you're missing out, man. Plush is awesome.
Yeah, I have a playlist. I have, I think, like 8 videos of the top 25 selling plush in certain categories. So Build-A-Bear, I have Beanie Boos, I have Squishables. Those are very.
Are these on the list? Mushabelly?
What is that?
What's a Mushabelly? Do you know anything about those?
I have no idea. I've never actually seen one.
I got it for like a quarter today. So
and you know what? Frogs are great. Frogs are good. There's like a frog niche for plush. It's weird.
That sounds so creepy.
It's weird. I know, but like the more I research it, I'm like, the top selling one is a frog, and I'm like, this is a theme. You know,
somebody just buy a bunch of frog plush out there. It's a little weird.
I guess there's like frog people. I guess I don't know, but the top selling ones have been frogs, and like the Beanie Boo one, I'm pretty sure was a frog, and the Build-A-Bear one. Like
really? Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
So do you plan to make those top 25 videos like once a month or once every couple weeks?
Probably once a month. Okay. Or if it really starts doing well every time, I'll probably do more. I just don't want to run out of things to talk about. I'm sure I probably won't. It's probably me just being cautious.
Well, Greg already gave you the idea of top 25 letters, so there.
I know.
That's a feature video right there.
That'd be super helpful.
Like the letter A does really well in Minnesota or something like that. You should have done that for an April Fool's video. That would be great. It's like a whole 20-minute video about top 25
I'm like,
letters.
You want to get your 4 and 5-year-olds out here, because we're talking letters of the alphabet today, children.
That would be great. The plush king and Emily is your plush queen. There you go. Sir.
That's how I feel. That's what I think, Paul.
Paul's usually never wrong. Okay, so this is the most serious question of the whole show, okay? Mm-hmm. Why is Charmander the best Pokemon?
Oh gosh, you want to know why I love Charmander? Let me get my microphone.
Oh,
So-
Mike twins.
oh, nice. Yeah. Great audio. Great audio
Yes.
quality.
For like $50, it can't beat it.
I love Charmander because the episode in the original Pokemon, when he shows up for the first time, it was a very touching and moving episode where there was a mean trainer, right? Like Charmander had the mean trainer, and Ash like saved him basically. Like he was neglecting Charmander, and he's like, I can't stand it. And there was like this sad moment where Charmander is like on a rock and he's in the rain
and covered with a leaf.
Yes, it was so. I remember as a kid, I'm like, no, you know what I mean? Like, and so ever since that moment, I'm like, Charmander's my Pokemon. And so I just like always loved Charmander since I was a kid. I always, because of that moment, like was so moving to me. How Ash jumped in and saved him, and he was sad in the rain, and so. I guess like I was just like, I'm gonna save him, and that's gonna be mine. So that's why I love Charmander.
Okay. Well, Julia, that's too kind of you, but I don't think I'm an expert at anything. But I appreciate it. But the clip where I got your intro from, that's from that episode. That's where I
figured it
screenshot it on my phone. I got it. Yeah,
I figured that's where
Charm and the episode Charmander's also super loyal because that guy is such a jerk to him, and Charmander keeps going back to him. Most loyal Pokemon, guys, Charmander, the best Pokemon in the world. And just in case you guys are wondering. Hey guys, if you have any questions for Emily, you can drop them in the chat. If I see them, I will let them know. But I warned you about this part, so you know it's coming. All right, let's see. Where is it? I turned them off. Okay. All right. So this is called Explain the Gram. I just took 2 pictures from your Instagram, and I just want to get a little more context on them. Don't worry, the first one isn't that weird. So there's nothing to worry about.
Just the first one.
I'm trying to pull it up, but it's not letting me pull up for some reason. Right here. Yeah. Okay. You see that or no?
No. Well, I mean, okay. I see it. Just the small pictures. You have to pull them up. That's all.
Nope, it's the wrong screen. Forget that happened. You guys didn't see that.
Well, do you want to keep working?
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, got it. Do you see that?
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Okay. First of all, love that dress. Dress is super dope. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah, John Chris. Yeah, he's a hilarious comedian. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I met him.
Yeah. So tell us about the picture. I want to know.
Well, basically, I went with my friend. My friend was obsessed with him, so we went to the mall. It was like one of those. I don't know. We have a comedy club in our mall. So basically, after the comedy show, like John Chris was doing, my friend wanted to wait out after to meet him. So I was like, okay, fine. So we met him, and he was all right. I mean, I don't know. You know about him? Right. Do you know about him?
I heard about the rumors and
kinda
stuff. Yeah, this is before that. I'm guessing, right? This was
right before that happened.
Right before.
So he was actually kind of creepy. I'm gonna say he was a little bit creepy to me. He was like, so he was with me and my friend, and we both got pictures. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I should say it, but I will. I'll just say it. So he said, he's like, you look so nice. Did you dress up like that for me? And I was so like, what the heck? Like, it was so weird. Like, he's got issues. But no one did that. And so this was my first like time meeting somebody, like somebody semi-famous or something. So it was just really weird for me. He was kind of a weirdo, but
and that's what I was going to ask. Like, was this before you knew about it or after?
That was right before. Okay. And like 2 weeks later, literally like 2 weeks later, everything came up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what? And I'm like, this is my first time meeting somebody who's like famous-ish or something. So like, that was a bummer. Okay. Thanks for bringing that up for me.
Yeah, so I want to remind everybody. Also, let's go with that 12 likes, guys. Come on, it's Emily's post, only 12 likes on it.
Take some likes away. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Now, this is the one that every time I clicked on it, just made me laugh so much. Okay, so explain this one.
I love this.
Yeah. Right. Well, who is Hank the propane tank? And
okay.
Please tell me you have it close to you, or did you see it somewhere?
So this was very simple. What ended up happening, Sean, it was his birthday. Okay. And we have this is our propane tank. And I decided one day, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is genius. Because Sean loves King of the Hill. So it came to me one day. I just get these like strikes of inspiration, right? And I'm like, I'm going to paint Hank on the propane tank.
Wait, you did that? That was you?
I did that.
Wow. Okay.
So Hank the propane tank, plus Hank loves propane in the show. I was like, I'm doing this. Oh my gosh, I'm doing this. So I was so excited about that one. And I painted that for Sean.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
So does he still have it somewhere in the house? Or
yeah, we have with the tank out in wherever the barbecue thing is, the grill.
Wow.
But yeah, we still use that tank. It hasn't like went empty or anything.
That could be like a new idea for you for the future, like some eBay sales. Just sell Hank the propane. Just keep drawing them and sell them for like $100.
I've thought about doing that. I've thought about like doing thrift store pickups, like doing cool paintings on top of paintings type things, like just making it more like modern looking, or like changing up paintings or something. I've thought about that, but it's just like work, on top of already reselling.
It's just work. Yeah.
Like on top of already reselling and everything, that would just be too much. So like I can't.
And you
I just love reselling too much. So
your body language headed as far away from the guy as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. It was weird.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hank works at a propane company. Okay, yeah, that's what. Yeah,
mm-hmm. And he's obsessed with propane. It's hilarious.
Propane and propane accessories. Yeah, everybody knows. Emily's an amazing artist. Right.
Chris, you're an amazing person. So just
look at all this positivity on my channel. Love it. Taste the meat, not the heat. Wow. Everybody's
putting all these things. I love it.
King of the Hill quotes. Let's go. Not enough hours in the day to do all the fun stuff. Yeah. Which actually brings me to my next question, Nancy. How do you plan your time, Emily, to fit in YouTube, TikTok, family, eBay? How do you make all that work?
Well, really all it is I have my priorities. So the first thing in the morning, I just redid my schedule because I was definitely off balance for a little bit. So I just redid my schedule this week. And the first thing I do for the first however many hours when I wake up is just spend time with my kids, especially now since the weather's nice. So like the first few hours of my day, I'll bring the kids outside and we'll play, or we'll do chalk. We'll do something like to just like feel fulfilled, like feel whole, I guess, not just like a work machine. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like the kids will feel like I'm doing stuff with them. I'm not like neglecting them or like anything like that. Like I'm spending a lot of quality time with them right up front in the morning during the day. And Sean's like gets up and goes to work at around noon and he comes back at like 2 a.m. sometimes or 3 a.m.
Oh, wow.
He's a regional truck driver. So he's driving all over delivering he delivers groceries in a CDL. So he does that. And so, he works 5 days and then like he's out late, you know what I mean? So basically I'll spend that time with the kids and then wait and hang out with Sean until he goes to work. And then after he leaves, I'll start working on stuff like, whether that be listing or yard selling, thrifting. Usually I'll thrift right after Sean leaves. As soon as he's leaving, I'll get the kids ready.
That's with the kids, right?
Yeah.
Which is like a lot harder than it even sounds, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of mental, like, what are the kids doing? What am I going to do? Like when the kids are with me. So it's been tough to try to get some, like, when Sean's home, he'll watch the kids for me and I could go thrifting one of the days. We're still trying to figure that out because his schedule just changed. So my schedule just changed. You know what I mean? So like everything's kind of like switching around a little bit. So the kids are with me more lately than they were in the past. But like, yeah, I'll go thrifting and come back, and I'll usually give the kids a treat because they don't like thrifting very much, you know? So like, I'll just do something fun with them after we get back. And
that's so surprising. You think they would love to spend all their time in Goodwill with you and stuff.
I know. So like, I try to make it work with them as best as possible, and then come back, and then the rest of the night is either taking pictures or YouTube, you know what I mean? Doing YouTube videos. But usually I'll like record my YouTube videos after the kids go to sleep. That's what I have to do because
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So when do you sleep at all, or?
Yeah, of course I do. But I go to bed at like midnight. So I get stuff. So the kids go to bed at 8, and right after that I'll be listing stuff on eBay, or I'll be editing a video. I try to not edit as much. I try to make it as streamlined as possible. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, whatever it ends up being, like that's my space. Like from 8 to midnight, I'm either editing or listing or both, you know. TikToks I can just throw in randomly, like, cause they're so easy for me. Like they're just like a minute long.
Oh, they're
so
easy
like,
for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once you get started, once you do a few of them, they're easy, especially like with thrifting. It's just like, hey, I picked up these 2 things. Like, okay, bye. Like that's it. Like it's really nothing. So,
or hey, here's what people said about my Victoria's Secret post.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, and those ones do well too. Like when
you think
that one did really well because people just thought it was funny. So like, but yeah, that took like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like it's no big deal on TikTok. So that's why it's so easy to just throw those in whenever I feel like I'm just sitting here not doing anything. Like I'll just pop a TikTok up and see how it does. We'll see, you know? Yeah. So TikTok is really easy to do for me. But the thing is, you have to just learn how it works and learn what does well and what doesn't. And that's the same with YouTube. You just learn what does well and what doesn't as best as you can, you know?
So Nikki just said, I'm just hopping in to say, Emily, thank you for being so honest about how hard all of this is. I feel like not many people are willing to be honest about that, and this is a lot of work.
Yeah, I think it's totally valid to just say that. You know, I think that just showing your best things, like I think that just sort of any real person who doesn't have all their stuff together will tend to feel badly after a while, just seeing everybody's good stuff all the time, you know? I think it's valid and important to show like the struggle. I think people kind of want to see that because they don't want to see perfection because that's not reality. They want to see more reality, you know? And so absolutely. I'll show you all my
all her struggles. She's going
to
all that with you. Nancy said, I'm so thankful my kid is 26, but he still wants attention.
Oh, that's actually great. I hope my kid wants some attention at 26.
Yeah, here you go, guys.
Thank you, Jen.
TikTok.
Jen's
one
the
of
best
TikTok channels to follow right here.
I have a lot of fun over there for sure.
So you think your plans are going to change when your kids go to school, or they're going to be like homeschooled the whole time, or do you have any plans for that?
It's real. I don't know. I've thought about it. I think as long as we're in this area, I think we're going to homeschool. And if we move somewhere else, maybe I'll consider having them in public school or something, or maybe even private school if I can like build up enough money, because some of these private schools are wild. Like that's the thing. Like I just don't want to spend the money on a private school or whatever.
They're mad expensive.
Yeah, some of them really can be. So I'm homeschooling. It's kind of what I kind of always wanted to, because like I don't know, I just see more freedom in that. You know, maybe I'm just really a free thinker or something. I just like I know he can do what he wants to do, and you don't have to like. There's not an agenda behind certain things. Like you can just learn what you want to learn, and plus I can focus a lot more on them. Like my son, he's like probably reading at like a 3rd or 4th grade level. He's 5. You know what I mean?
Your son's wicked smart too.
He's super smart. Like
your son's a better musician than me.
I've told him. I've told lots of people probably. Like whenever I talk about my kids, I talk about Asher and how smart he is, and like how one day like he just started reading like paragraphs like out of nowhere, and it scared me. I'm like, what the like I was like, is this real? Like, how did you? And he was just reading, just bam, just like a light switch. He just started reading. So yeah,
you kind of answered now, but how old are your kids, Emily?
5 and 3. So my daughter's 3, Asher's 5. Yeah, and so he's always wanting to do what we're doing. He always wants to do YouTube, and he was just doing music downstairs, like you said. Like we have all the music stuff, and you know, he just wants to be like his parents a lot. So
organization and time management is key, says Roy. I've taken classes that will up your game. That's one thing I learned since going full time, that if this is all my job now, it's really hard for me to stay focused on one thing for so long. So like I'm trying to break it up of like, okay, I will source from this time to this time, or I will list from this time to this time. I will edit videos here. I will interact with people here, and try to be as organized about that as possible, because I can't sit here for like 5 hours and list. I don't have the brain capacity for that. I tried it before and I fell asleep on my listing thing.
It's hard. It's really hard. I'll list a couple things and I'm like, all right, what am I gotta break this up with something real quick and then jump back in. You know, you have to take lots of little breaks in order to feel sane during listing, because it is so mind-numbingly just, especially those item specifics on eBay. Those get me every time. Like I know it's going to take a hot 10 minutes to like list a pair of shoes on eBay, when on Facebook Marketplace it'll be really quick, you know.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
Facebook Marketplace, because what I do since I do eBay on my phone, well, after like when I'm home and just watching something on TV, I just list it from my phone on Facebook Marketplace, because it takes legit 2 seconds to do a listing when it takes like 5 minutes on eBay. I just really hope eBay simples it down one day, but I don't think they will. But Facebook just makes it super simple.
I don't get their item specifics, why they need so many. Like, I don't get it.
Why they need outside material and primary color and secondary color and like it's on the picture.
Like, I was selling a golf club the other day and I panicked and I'm like, I sent it to a friend, to Dan, and I'm like, Dan, what is going on? I don't know anything about this. Like, what is a bounce ratio? Like, what does that mean? Like, what am I doing? And he's like, they don't care about that. Like, none of that actually super matters. And I'm like, okay, like, because I'm like, but that because of eBay and their item specifics, it like freaked me out. And I'm like, I don't know enough about this to sell it. And he's like, that's not true. People are gonna know. And I'm like, okay.
Chris is asking, how old is Gandalf?
She's probably about 12 years old. Yeah. So Gandalf is named that because we got Gandalf as a kitten. And so I brought it to my dad because we lost, or my dad like went camping with the cat and the cat got lost in the woods. That's a different story. But he was catless. He was catless for a few years. Okay. And so I brought Gandalf home from a job I did up north. Like I was working at a hotel, I was staying with a friend up there, and like one of the relatives brought a cat home and they're like, we can't do anything with this cat. So like I brought it home and I showed my dad and I was like, hey, this is Lucy Lou. You know, it's like a little kitten. And he's like, that's not her name. I'm like, well, what's her name then? And he's like, Gandalf. And I'm like, okay. And so he's like, I don't even remember saying that. And I'm like, yeah, that's the cat's name now. And I just latched onto it. I thought it was so hilarious. So I just kept Gandalf. So Gandalf is a girl. Yeah.
And she's 12 years old.
Yeah. She's about 12 now, which is crazy to think about.
What's that in human years? I don't know the cat.
I have no idea cat years. I need to like look it up because
probably old, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
I know dogs is 7 to 1.
Yeah. Dogs I knew, but I don't know about cats. I haven't had a cat like this from like a kitten all the way till the end. Like I've never had a cat this long. So
yeah, they usually get lost while camping, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling all my dad's secrets out here. It's okay.
Roy said that if he had kids, he want you to teach them. So there you go. So you have a career as a teacher in the future, don't you?
Yeah, I actually have an education degree. I went to school for teaching English as a second language. So I had a lot of students who didn't know English, and I just loved them. I kind of miss it, but I just didn't want to go back to get my master's degree. Here in New York State, you need a master's in order to teach. So I just didn't want to go back to school.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a
Yeah.
crazy requirement for.
I know.
And they don't pay teachers enough to ask for a master's up front. That's
So
messed up.
in order for me to remain teaching, I would have needed a master's degree. So I didn't do it because I'm like, I can't. I'm not going back to school. I did not want to go back to school. So I was done. From 5 years old, you're in school. Like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I couldn't even do an associate. So,
Yeah.
so Brad with the King of Bachelor. I couldn't even do associate. Emily said that if you have any questions about homeschooling, you can ask her. They're on their 10th year.
Oh,
So,
wow.
It's a good amount of experience.
Yeah, because
here's your girl, Emily. Your girl's in the chat.
Tank.
Nana's the best.
Yeah, I love her so much.
I'm just glad she's back. She was sick for like 2 weeks, and eBay was a dark world without her. So it's
yeah, I know.
I keep calling YouTube eBay. My mind is so bad. Keeping a schedule is one reason I wanted a room just to use for eBay and YouTube, and to shut the door from distractions the rest of the house people. And it's very smart, Nancy.
Yeah, that's what this is kind of what I have. This is sort of an open space, but this is my YouTube eBay room.
That right there? So, no, not the question. The room I'm saying behind you, yeah. Like when I'm selling, ask for a process.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very, very weird things. I feel just so weird listing that kind of stuff because I have no clue what they're asking for.
Yeah, I always put NA all the time. Not applicable, just whatever. I don't know.
And if like every eBay update, they're gonna require more and more.
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
From Lord of, I know where Gandalf is from, guys. Everybody's like, Emily's Kaz Gandalf. Thanks, I got that. It's from Lord of the Rings, Paul.
Paul, it's Lord of the Rings, just in case you didn't know.
No, see, the thing is, I have like 3 Pauls in the chat too, so I don't even know if they were talking to me or to like this guy or value resellers because he's here too. So it's so hard. So besides Gandalf, do you have any other pets? Nope,
just Gandalf for now. I think I think this is all I can handle at this point. 2 kids and a pet, I'm good. Like I don't know.
You don't want a zoo in your house?
If the kids get older and they, have their own lives, I'll probably want a dog or something. Just something that wants to cuddle with me all the time.
Yeah, this is why I have a dog, because after a long day, I just want to come home and she's like, "Hi, he's here." But most of the time, she thinks like I have all the energy to play. She's like, "Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a run. Let's go play fetch." I'm like, I just want to sleep.
Yep, I know.
Master has to be in education. Technically, Einstein could not teach. Well, there we go.
That's crazy.
Tell that to the New York board, Andy.
I know.
So, what is your regular like YouTube schedule like?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, do you have like a certain time, day, videos come out, lives come out? Yeah.
I like to have a very consistent schedule. I think it's important. I think that people will want to know exactly when you're going to be uploading. I think that that's just sort of, I don't know, like that's just the thought I have. So every Tuesday and Friday, I have pre-recorded uploads. Tuesday at 2 p.m. and Friday at 2 p.m. So it's always 2 p.m. if I'm going to upload, and it's going to be Tuesday and Friday. I try to do that every week. Mm-hmm. So my Tuesday one will be kind of random. It could be a top 25 video, or it could be a what sold video. This week it's going to be a what sold video. And then it could be like just a random tip and trick video, something like that. And then Friday is almost always a thrifting video or a yard sale video. One of those, like it's a sourcing kind of video. So I have those 2 every single week at 2 p.m. And then Saturday night at 10 p.m. So tonight I'm live with Angie Resells, and we have the reseller SNL, which is pickle-tastic, by the way. Very pickle-tastic.
I've heard. That's the word on the street.
Which actually just ended up happening because of a joke, like the first time we did our live, and we ended up it
just roll with it. That's the best way. Yep, just roll with it.
Yeah, so now it's our thing. So tonight, 10 p.m. on my channel, but we rotate every other week, like you said before, Paul. it's on Angie Resell's channel next week, and we rotate it like that. So it's on mine tonight, and then next week it'll be Angie Resell's, and so we switch like that.
And then you do like pop-up lives here and there, or is that like
yeah, sometimes I'll do a pop-up live if I feel like it, but typically that'll be a Friday afternoon, like a Friday at 2 if I don't feel like uploading. So honestly, that's how it works.
It's a little behind the scenes here.
Exactly.
You see a pop-up live, and I don't want to do any work. Lives, I'll give you that. Lives are way more easier than editing and posting, and it's a lot easier to click go live.
I like lives. I like being able to interact with people right away. So like I like the how simple lives are and just how instantly interactive it is. So yeah. I personally like lives.
That's why I like premieres more than just uploading either, because you can do a premiere, people can come in and you can actually, it's not the same as a live, but you can still have the kind of interaction with the people who are watching. So it's way more fun as well. So Roy has a very important question for you. It says, is the cat gray or white?
Gray. Gandalf the Gray. I know, right?
Then Sir Catholic said, my daily life revolves around cats. Occasionally they'll let me accomplish things.
I love that so much. I guess I'm more of a cat person at the end of the day.
Nikki says, wow, Emily, you were a joy to listen to. Very good advice, and I love that you keep it real. Your TikToks are the best too.
Thank you.
I feel like that's like what people gravitate you so much, because you're always real, but they're also positive. Because there's a lot of people who are real, but they're always like down and negative about everything that happens. Yeah, there's this thing that's too real. Yeah, you're real. You can say, "Hey, I'm having a terrible week," but you can still have a smile on your face. So I think that's why people like you so much. And I can't believe I didn't hear about you until Chris. So Chris,
I know I haven't heard about you either. Like, right? I feel like that's happened a lot to me. They're like, I've been on YouTube this long. I'm like, where have I been? Where have you been? What?
Well, I've been before like January of this year. I wasn't taking YouTube seriously at all. Like when you said about the consistency, I took 2 breaks for like 6 months in between, and I was surprised when I went back to posting that I still had subscribers, because I'm like, I didn't say anything. I didn't say I was leaving or anything. Then for 6 months there was no content, and I was like, oh hey, I'm back. I didn't explain why I took a break or anything. I'm like, why are people still watching me? But
I think people are more forgiving than we think. I feel like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, like. And I do. I think everybody kind of does, where it's like you're like, oh my gosh, if I don't upload at this amount, people are just going to start falling off and leaving. Which I think people are a lot more forgiving than that. You know,
or also like, man, if I upload too much, people gonna get tired of seeing me, so they're gonna leave as well. And you just don't be thinking about that.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't really get caught up in that. Just do what works on your channel. Do what works in general. Like put about content people want to see. Is that easy? You know what I mean? There's a lot to it though. There's a lot of details that goes into that, and I learn little by little all the time. Like I get smarter all the time with like YouTube. Learn little tricks here and there, and sometimes I'll go on a little binge to learn more about YouTube in general, just how to make things a little bit better than they were before, kind of thing.
Yeah, I try to get into that, like algorithm and like tags, and I just fall asleep watching those videos. I don't know if it's just me or me hating like numbers and data and stuff.
I can't do that. No, but
so Em, if you want to watch them and then make a fun video about it, I'll watch your version. Okay.
Yeah, I've been learning about audience retention. That's been something I've been thinking about a lot.
Do a tips and trick video about audience retention. I would watch your version instead of watching some guy in like a classroom teaching about it.
Yeah, I hear that.
And Chris said, you both love Charmander, so I had to. Yeah. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that.
Yeah, cool. I'm like, oh, cool. I know. I remember that. I rember he's like, this is the person or whatever.
This is the person.
Like, who likes Charmander. So.
Well, like you out of nowhere. Yeah. I surprised all you guys. It just was like, hey, I'm here.
And you're here. Like, I see you everywhere, and it's awesome.
Yeah. It's some people think that's too much of me, but hey, it's all good.
It's your own boundaries. It's your own life. You know what I mean? Do what you want.
Emily is definitely for real. Too much fake out there.
Thank you. Right. Like my hair, it's super real. No.
It just changes every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You definitely look like a Harley Quinn right now for sure. You got the Harley Quinn vibes.
Yeah, for sure.
What's up, Tommy? Buffalo Picker in the house?
Tommy, hey. I always admire Tommy. I like him a lot. He's a good guy.
Tommy was one of the first guys that gave me a platform to speak on, which is pretty cool. He invited me like back in like, when did you invite me, Tommy? I don't remember. January, February, when I had like 300 subs, and he's like, I don't care, come on to the show. You have something to teach people. So I appreciate that a lot, Tommy. So that's kind of how like I actually probably introduced a bunch of people as I was on the show. So a lot of then Jeff saw me with eBay Addicts. He put me on his show, and
nice.
There we go. Boom. Obviously, Cajun reseller, not Cajun Roots reseller. Yeah. Nothing against you, Chris. Johnny's just cooler. Johnny's a legend.
I like being on there in the morning with you guys. I'll get stuff done like in the morning, like chores and stuff like that. Like I got to do dishes and like take care of stuff around the house or whatever I'm doing. Just like mindless stuff. So I was like to jump into chats when I'm doing something mindless.
Yeah, that's why like I said yes to Johnny's show when he asked me to be his co-host. Just because he's just super positive too. The whole it's hard to have a morning show and there's a lot of drama that happens in that show that goes behind the scenes people don't talk about, and he just like doesn't care about that. It's just always about positivity and spreading positive love to everybody. That's really hard to do, Johnny. If you're still here and listening, I appreciate that. Oh, he is. See, I know Johnny was. He said he's eating some shrimp or something like that. I'm really jealous about his delicious looking dinner.
Yeah, I say just like link up with people that you just like. You know what I mean? That you're like, I like these people. They're good people. You link up with them. If they prove you wrong, that's fine. Just move on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because not everybody on here is like perfect or whatever, you know. So you just like, okay, who do I jive with? Who do I like listening to? There's some people that I could just listen to them talk about paint on a wall, you know, or whatever. Like I just listen because I just like them, you know. And so you just have to find those people for yourself.
Exactly. Tommy was one of the first lives I went to. He's genuine sweetness all around.
Yeah,
that's right.
Awesome. I really think so.
He obviously likes you more, Nana, because you got a shirt from him. I've been asking for a shirt for like 6 months, and he said it's coming.
Oh man!
Because I'll stop you making me blush. I said all that, Jen. Johnny's so amazing for real, positive energy, no matter how hard it. Hey, very true. You know how hard it is to be positive at 9 a.m, guys. I didn't realize that before, like going on the show, because of my last job, I would wake up at 9, you know. So this time I have to I'm already now. I wake up at 7, go to the gym, go do a run, shower, and come to the show. It's so hard to be positive at that time. And Johnny's always there. He has like a bright outfit on, always smiling.
Ever since you said that, I'm always like looking. I'm like, how sweaty does he look?
Everybody says it. I'm like, wait, let's see. Did he shower fully? Or does his hair look greasy
every time?
Yeah, you're not the only one. Everybody is like that. Seafood stew. It was awesome. That's what they had for dinner. That sounds
so good. I love seafood.
Okay, yeah. I'm not jealous at all, guys.
Oh, you need to stop talking about food right now.
I had this for dinner. I had Doritos 3D Crunch. That's what I had.
You got 3D Doritos?
Do you know how good these are, by the way?
Yes, I haven't had them in years, and people keep saying that they're around, and I go to Walmart or wherever, and I don't find them. Nana, you are perfect. I don't mean you. I mean,
right, goes, let him have it. He deserves the praise. Yes, right. So it's going to turn into Johnny Positivity Show.
Yeah,
Victoria
I know.
That's another one. Victoria, super positive.
I know. I try. I really try. I try Victoria, but it's way too early for me. I'm up, but I'm not cognizant at that point.
Yeah, Janet from Antiques with Karen, she did like a whole shout out video, and she's like, every time Victoria speaks, rainbows come out of her mouth.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's the perfect description of who she is. I'm like 7:30 in the morning to be that positive. You guys are crazy.
Well, that's the thing. There's a whole audience for that. You know, there's people who come up early, get up early in the morning, or people who stay up late. You know, my chat is for people who are late listing, and I usually list late. So I'm like, hey, I'll provide that for people who are listing at late, you know, so that's more me. I stay up and try to get stuff done at night. But I mean, I try to get in bed like at midnight or so to get up with the kids. Doesn't always work, but you know.
I see. He forgot my dude address. I see. So okay.
Okay.
I'll do it after the show.
No.
Let's see if you forget another month. I'm just
He's
kidding.
got a really cool logo too. Does it have his logo on it?
Yeah.
That's an awesome logo.
I'm actually in the works of getting a new logo myself. Guys, stay tuned. It's coming, it's coming soon.
I should work on a logo. I have like a Furby logo that I'm not in love with. So I don't know. I think about that stuff sometimes. I don't think it is important. I'll say it is important. Not the most important, but it definitely helps.
Yeah. For sure. Especially if you want to start making merch and people want to start supporting you that way. It's definitely important.
I have not done that yet. It's just something that I'm like, I'll do that eventually. And I just haven't yet.
I was like, when I hit 1,000, I'll start thinking about it. And but then I hit it so fast, I was like, oh, I probably should start thinking about it.
Yeah.
It says Larry gets me fired up every morning. Let's get fired up. Yeah. Have you ever been in Larry's lives? He has his at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's not even on my radar at this point.
6:30 in the morning. Larry is like 60 years old, and he doesn't lie at 6:30. He does like jumping jacks and fires everybody up. So,
really?
Yeah, Larry's a machine as well.
I'm missing stuff. I'm missing some nuggets, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's not for me. I've been there like once, and I was like, yeah, I'm going like to bed. Everyone in the mornings are awesome. Yes, everybody all the time is awesome. That's the beauty about the reselling world too, is that no matter what time, usually, like if you follow enough people, no matter what time, somebody's usually always live. And and if you need that, like, because that helps me list quite a bit when I have somebody like talking live.
Yeah.
And almost any time somebody is out there doing something. So that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, and I do think it's so important to just mental health wise to like be around other people, you know, and like with reselling, we're so isolated. I think a lot of people do talk about this a lot, you know, having your own business, you're not in an office setting, you're alone. So like I think that's why so many people are drawn to the lives, because you can really just connect with people like right now. Like, you know, I think that's really, really important.
Speaking of that, you want to touch on why mental health is such an important subject for you?
Yeah, actually, I did a whole mental health live chat for a while. It went on for a good long time. I personally have PTSD. So like for me, when I developed PTSD, I was just a really hard time, you know, and like reselling was definitely one of my grounding things that really got me back. You know, reselling is kind of like my safe space. Whenever I'm like, I can go away from my mental health for a while and do reselling. And I feel like it's not anything that's threatening or unsafe. Because like when you have PTSD, you struggle with feeling unsafe, right? So like when I'm reselling, I'm just thinking about numbers. I'm thinking about the customer. It's a very grounding thing, and it's very good for my mental health. And so I just decided to throw it out there because I think it's something that people don't talk about, but I think needs to be talked about more. I think that people need the support, you know? And so I've met a lot of awesome friends through my mental health chat that I've come to like just be good buddies with. And like, if they're struggling, I'll talk to them and vice versa. That was a great networking for that. Like, so resellers who also struggle in that area. I think it's just so important to just be upfront and honest about it, because that there's like, it's a very serious problem in society. You know, a lot of people are struggling, you know, and I think it's very important if you're struggling, especially like I'm on a public platform, I want to just be upfront about that, you know, because I think that it'll help people to feel courage to like get help themselves or to like focus on that part of themselves and actually do the work it takes. Cause it takes a lot of work, like your mental health stuff. Like if you struggle in the area, it's important to do the work it takes to, you know, get better. And I have been like, that's one of the big reasons why I stopped doing my mental health chat, is because I've been making strides in my mental health. Like my PTSD has gone way down over the past however many months. Like it's that's really awesome. Been good. And so, yeah, I mean, I still have problems sometimes, you know, but like I can bounce back so much faster. I'm just in a mode where I'm sort of maintaining it rather than really struggling, like, you know. Because like when it would hit, like it was very real, you know, and it's like, I want to have a space for this, you know?
Yeah. And I think like a lot of people who struggle with that, they think they're alone in that struggle. So that's why that space is just so important. They're like, oh, wait, I'm not the only one in here, and it's awesome to build that up there.
Yeah. And one big thing with PTSD specifically is isolation. Like you want to isolate yourself because like you just have the general sense of unsafety. Like the world is not a safe place. I'm not safe. And it's like, it's a very intense experience, you know? And so you just want to isolate yourself to try and feel safe. You want to like just close yourself off, you know? So especially with PTSD, stuff like that, isolation is really big. So I think that's like pushing yourself out of that and like trying to, because you deserve the help, you know what I mean? Like you do. And so I had to believe that for myself and you know, say, hey, I need help. Like that's okay. Yeah, that's important.
That's really hard to say.
Yeah.
So that's for anybody. Like doesn't matter if you struggle with it or not. It's the I need help is probably one of the 3 hardest words anybody can ever say because because you have to be really vulnerable and take your whole pride down and not just say, hey, I actually need help with this. So that's awesome that you can provide that for sure.
Yeah, it was good for me. First, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like I'm like, I need this. You probably need it too. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, nah, that's so true. Emily has done so much for so many. You gotta start making her cry, Nana.
Yeah, Nana always does this to me. And so my friend, I just love her so much.
YouTube gives you the power when you suffer from PTSD to have human connection. Isolation isn't needed as often. Very true, Janet.
Yeah, because you will just want to do anything to make yourself feel safe again. And like almost the thing is, the more and more you isolate yourself, the worse it actually gets. So like you have to break that cycle of isolating yourself and break out of it. And you have to like sort of push yourself to do it anyways. Because even though you feel terrified, you feel unsafe, when you do it, you're going to feel better, you know? So
that's awesome. This community is the best. The support people I have met here, absolutely priceless.
That's how I feel too, Misha. I really do.
Yep. And it seems like every day I meet somebody else that's super awesome as well. And another link to build. Oh, speaking of somebody super awesome, here's
Where
Dante.
are you today, Dante? He's been like all over. I love it.
He's probably still in Michigan, but poor him and Katie. Your DMs are probably flooded with people thinking you guys are engaged or something. I asked Katie about it. She's like, yeah, everybody is asking. I'm like, yeah, it's probably not annoying.
Aww.
So like I said, I have ADHD super bad. I just decided to roll with it and build a YouTube channel. Best decision ever made. This is fun. There you go.
Yeah.
See? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. So how long? So do you think you're ever going to go back to that mental health show, or have people been? Is that like a group that you guys are part of? People still like reach out to you? Would they need help with something, or?
Yeah, I think a lot of people from the mental health chat who are a part of it do reach out. I don't think I'll go back to it on this YouTube because I think what I've learned is like people, when they come to my channel, want to be there for one specific reason, you know? There's definitely some pros. Like I've definitely helped out a lot of people. Like people have reached out to me and told me that they decided to get help because of me, which is like just so moving to me. You know what I mean? Like I just, I don't know. Like that is so priceless. It really is. So if I do it,
you probably had no clue that was going to be the impact when you started YouTube at the first place.
Yeah, I don't know who's watching me or what anyone's experience is, you know. So I just tell stuff from my own life, like struggles that I literally like. It was like I would talk to a therapist that week, and she would give me work to do, and then I would talk about it on YouTube. Like this is something like I talked about people pleasing. And like people pleasing tendencies and where that comes from and how to deal with people pleasing, like, cause like it's just stuff that came up for me, you know? So I'm like, okay, this is a tendency. This is a mental health thing. This is a trauma response. This is something that happens due to something from your childhood that you don't even realize. Like my therapist really helped me reach in and find out so much about myself that I'm like, I think this would help other people. So like, if I did do it, I would do it on a separate channel because I think it'd be important to like, this is my reselling, my mental health thing, you know, like, because I feel like not everyone's here for mental health. So like, it was just kind of like difficult to maintain it because, not everybody was interested in it. So, but it's a whole nother thing. If I want to do another channel, like probably not, you know what I mean?
You're going to need living less than like sleep like 4 hours a day now.
Exactly.
Channel. Actually, Ryan. Ooh, guys.
Hi, Katie.
Katie and Dante are in a car together, guys. You know what that means. They're on the way to
All the gossip.
They're on the way to the chapel. They're about to get married.
Oh my god!
You guys heard it here first. I was like, this chat just jumped on me, but it's just everybody saying hi to Dante. That's all it is. Just everybody here saying hi. I don't even know where to go to find a therapist. Well, you got Emily on YouTube.
Well, hey, I have had good ones and bad ones. Well, my first one wasn't good. I had her for a while, and then I found another one that I just really clicked with. And every time, like, you're gonna know if your therapist is right for you. Mine, literally, I'll talk to her online. Like, I don't even go to her in person. I'll talk to her in a Zoom call meeting. And when I talk to her, every time I walk away feeling like I found out something new about myself and I have something new to work on this week to sort of deal with certain things. Because there's stuff from your childhood that you don't know that you still carry around with you, that you just do. So like they really they help you unpack those things and like deal with those moments. It's hard. It's hard work. Like no one wants to face their demons. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of work, but like finding the right one is good because they'll show you they'll show you stuff about yourself, that you just have never seen, but it really rings true. And it's true. And you can, I don't know. So you'll know when you find the right one. You'll know.
Let's switch topics to make it a little happier here.
Absolutely.
You find anything good today at a yard sale?
I did. I found.
Yeah. I'll show my first, but you can go get yours.
Okay.
So far, this has been the best deal I found so far today. Actually, Paul, flipping sports guy right here, he was with me at this yard sale. But Paul, I snagged this before you. Haha. And this guy, sealed puzzle, I paid $3 for it. It sells for $95 plus shipping on eBay. So,
wow, that's amazing.
Sealed puzzle, $95. pretty good. That's the best thing. I started listening to stuff I bought today, but that's the best one so far. So we'll see.
Nice.
What do you're bringing a lot of stuff over? Okay, that's exciting.
Well, I have a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Are you okay with being full screen or no? I have to always ask.
I'm good with it. I'm fine.
Yeah, Katie reads in the chat. Katie hashtag never full screen reads.
I can understand that. Hi everyone. No. So I got a few things, not like anything wild, but this one actually blew my mind. This is just a little cow. Now I looked at the bottom of it. It says 2005. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's pretty good quality right there. But it says, I don't even know.
Schleich, yeah.
German. It's Germany. So I saw Germany and I picked it up because I'm like, this seems like it's worth something. I don't know. Like I paid.
Is it rubber or ceramic or what is it?
This is rubber.
Rubber. Okay.
Yep. So this actually goes for $27.
What?
Just one cow. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have never thought to grab that. Okay.
Yeah. That's the thing. You learn as you go. I picked up 3 of these Easton bats. They're like softball bats.
Yeah.
So nothing too crazy. They're a little bit beat up. I've never picked up baseball bats before, but I knew Easton was a good brand. So I picked up 3 of these. One of them should sell between 10 to 20. I looked up softball bats or whatever. Like they're not like
are they aluminum or a composite?
Aluminum, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm newer to bats.
Yeah, composites the way aluminum sells like down to 20. Composite sells for like 40 plus. Oh, look at that! Ooh.
So I actually got 3 of those.
About to take you guys out.
Yeah, it's like 10 to 20 for each one. Nothing too crazy, but like I got 3 of them. I got this is really weird. I'm gonna show you.
Oh.
This is weird. Like, okay, this might creep you guys out, but I always look at creepy stuff because like creepy stuff sells. All right. So check out this bear. Kind of creepy.
Okay.
Just the eyes, I guess. Maybe that's why I thought that. But it has a built-in phone, right?
What?
Weird. Like, so here's the bottom. Here's the information. It's 1986. It's called a teleconcept. I have 2 of them. I thought they were going to go for a lot more than what they actually go for. They go for like 20 each, but I'm going to lot them together. 20 plus shipping, that is. So like I'm going to lot them together for like $40. and sell them. Because I don't think it matters.
What do you answer with? Like, what do you speak
I don't know.
to?
Well, I have 2 of these bears. And I just picked them up today, so I don't know.
I've never seen that before. That's awesome.
I'm thinking that you can call each other, like one bear can call the other one maybe or something. Like, I feel like they didn't know where technology was going to go back in the 80s, so they made this, thinking like, maybe this will take off.
Stop sending their phones.
But so I got 2 of them, so that's like $40. I got a few puzzle sets, so that's like 10 to 20, nothing too crazy, like $20 for like the best one is like 20 something. But I got all this stuff for $5. So I mean, they're all base hits, but they're really, all for $5 for all of them.
This is from the same yard sale? Yard sale?
That's not even everything I picked up. Actually, here's another one. I picked up this
wow. Oh, Target?
Yeah. This I don't even know. This Target dog. I don't know what his name is or anything. But
Spot, right? Isn't his name Spot?
Is his name Spot? That's actually good to know.
I'm pretty sure that's their mascot's name.
That's so creative. Wow. No.
You believe that? I may be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Spot.
I guess that makes sense. But he goes for like $20. I'm pretty sure.
That's insane.
Yeah.
All
so
that for $5.
60, 80, 100, 127, 137, 47, 100 like 150 to $160 for every, like it's going to be my
$5.
Yep. So it's pretty good ROI, I would say.
This is why you guys got to follow her.
Yeah.
Every week she either spends $5 or $0. It makes like $200 in return.
Yeah, just look for these guys though. Like if you see something like Germany or something on it, check these animals, these farm animals, because they could sell pretty well.
So Nikki says Schleich is good stuff.
Okay. Yes, my first time actually picking it up, but I remember somebody saying something about those animals. So
Schleich
I checked
can be good money.
Yeah. It's because it's a certain pale cow. It's more rare or something.
What's up, Adam? Had a decent yard sale today. My best find was a Space Saver. Kevin. Wow, $3. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. I sold one of those like a couple weeks ago. They sell like within the week.
Reselling the house. There we go. See, Tommy knows. 7 tours and copper is all house. My PTSA is suppressed.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely helps. It really does.
Swing it, girl.
Let's destroy my laptop for entertainment.
Oh, well, she is Harley Quinn, Paul. She needs the bats. There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
There we go. That's going to be your thumbnail for your thrift video. It's gotta be your thumbnail now. There you go.
Y'all are helping me. You're inspiring me. I don't know what she does. I'll learn.
She does the P side. The P side is pretty popular over here.
Okay.
That's something I have never seen. It's an intercom system. That's what Nana's saying with the bears.
Yeah, they're weird.
Tele concept, creepy new age version of Amazon selects on a spy bear.
Would be.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. $5 is good. Natalie, is that like a thing between you, or doesn't know what you mean?
No, I don't know. Maybe he was talking to someone else, or maybe me.
Spy bear. Oh, his name is Bullseye? Okay, could be Bullseye makes more sense.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Chris says Bullseye. He's the king of plush, so I will believe that Chris is Bullseye.
I am inclined to believe Chris when it comes to plush.
It's Spot. That's why it's dollar Spot at Target. But now we got Spot as well too.
Now we're fighting it here about.
But then Jen says Bullseye.
What do we think, guys? I believe Chris.
And Robert says, "I think you are right, Chris." There we go. All right. Spots his less known twin that me and Kay know about.
I think Spot is too generic.
Is. Bullseye definitely makes more sense.
Yeah.
Paul, his name is Bullseye. Thanks, Wendy. It could be Spot.
You're gonna have this creepy little bear staring
I
at everyone.
Googled his name was Spot, and they changed it to Bullseye. There we go.
You're both right. Plot twist.
Boom. Thank you, Kay. I definitely heard of Spot before, so I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you just hold that bear the whole time during the whole interview. Put him by Dwight Schrute.
He's got his opinions. He does.
He's seen a couple things.
Oh man,
what a creepy thing. So how'd you get him for $5? Did she have like no price markers or anything, or?
Yeah. So it was a church sale. Apparently they do the sale every week. So now I know that I can go there every week. So that was cool. But yeah, they just had a bunch of stuff out. And then basically toward the end of it, I'm like, okay, I had a big bag of stuff. And so he's like, what do you want for all this? And I was thinking like $10, but I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to do? So and he's like, I don't know. What do you want? So I'm like, I don't know. What do you want? So like we did that. And so until he finally threw out $5, and I'm like, okay, that works. So
you just stared him down like, I don't know what.
I always try to have the person put out the first offer or the first price, you know. So
especially if there's like no pricing on it. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Yeah. I also hate when like people like see my YouTube like number and it's like, what's the lowest my eBay? See, I always give my eBay number, and they're like, what's the lowest you can do? I'm like, that's not how this works. Yeah. I'm like you don't go to a Walmart and say, hey, what's the lowest you can do? You know, like
just put in an offer and I'll
here's my price. Yeah, do an offer and I can either accept or decline. That's don't say what's the lowest. I'm like, I can say, hey, this is the number. that's my lowest.
Yeah.
It's Spot. I just asked Alexa now. Interesting. Okay. Hi guys. So we have our second guest coming now. Don't worry, Kay. I got you an intro video as well. It's not just Emily. And she's here. Hi, Kay.
Hi.
That video always pumps me up. It's like, yeah.
What kind of pizza was that?
I don't even know. It looked like it was half something and half other. I YouTube pizza time lapse on YouTube to get that video. Nice. So yeah, you're right, Emily. Right. So before Emily leaves, Emily, you want to say promote yourself before you get out of here? You want to say what you got going on today? Channel, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff.
So tonight 10 p.m. Eastern, I'm going live on my channel, so y'all can stay tuned on my channel. I'm going to be hanging out with Angie Resells, doing our Pickle-tastic Saturday night live. Yes, Saturday night live. Yes, Reseller SNL. That's what it is. I can't think straight.
She's like, I know what my show's called.
Pizza, and then I'm like, oh man, now I want food, and that's all I can think of. So anyways, I got that, and then 2 uploads this week. I always do Tuesday and Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern on both days. So that's it, guys.
And her link is in the description below. Make sure if you guys aren't subscribed to her, definitely subscribe. And then she's you're on Instagram as Emily Conway, right? That's your
Emily Conway.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. See you around.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, you are the star of the show now. How does that make you feel?
Great.
So, guys, this is Kay's first live. So, be nice to her in the chat. So, tell us more about yourself. Who are you? Why are you here? What are you doing?
Well, I'm Kay. I am only a part-time reseller. I work full-time. I do medical stuff. I'm in the healthcare field. So I also have a daughter. She's sitting over here creeping on me as I awkwardly explain this.
You guys kind of started hearing her laughing in the background. I love it.
I started YouTube mostly to like challenge myself, and reselling is kind of just a way for me to get out of debt, and also it pays for my traveling. Obviously, passports and pizza pies. I like to travel.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how it started.
And when did you start?
I started reselling in the summer of 2018. So a couple years at this point.
Wow. You've been doing it for a year longer than me. Okay. And where do you usually source from?
Usually the thrift stores. We have one Goodwill in my area. I'm in Rhode Island, and it's awful. It's probably the worst thrift store I've ever been in. I do sometimes go to the bins in New Hampshire, but it's hard to get there when I work full time. But usually it's just the savers that are around.
Hi, Casey. You got this, Casey. Everyone's pumping you up in the chat.
Thanks,
no need
guys.
to be nervous.
I've been saying that all day.
What did your daughter say?
She said, "I've been saying that all day."
Oh, there we go. Yeah. That's awesome. So then you do, I guess, some yard sales as well, right? All that.
Yeah,
stuff?
once in a while. There's not too many around this area.
Okay. And do you specifically source anything in general, or do you have like a niche you try to focus on?
I do mostly clothing, but it's kind of oversaturated now, so I'm trying to branch out and do other stuff, plush, things like that.
Awesome. And so how long have you had your channel for, and why did you start one?
I started in 2019, and then I basically took all of 2020 off. It just started to become too much with everything I had going on at the time. And I started it just to challenge myself because, as you can see, I'm super awkward. So I'm just trying to
I haven't got that from you at all yet, so I think you're fine.
I will fully disclaim that I am awkward.
So Louis says, do you think Paul should shave his head bald? What kind of question is that, Louis? Louis is just jealous.
Shave your head bald.
Louis is just jealous that I have hair. He doesn't. That's why he asked that. So did you start channel mainly to for travel videos or for reselling videos, or what was the point?
The first few videos were reselling videos. At the time, I was traveling a little bit more, so it was easier to get travel content up. But obviously, that hasn't really been a thing until 2 days from now when I leave.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous. You want to tell everybody where you're going, just so people can be jealous as well? Where are you
going to the Dominican.
For how long? Just
4 days. I'll be back on Thursday.
Yeah, guys, not just a simple 4-day trip to just a typical airplane flight to Dominican Republic. While is there snow outside your window right now, or did it melt yet?
No, it rained pretty much most of the day, so it's all washed away at this point.
Yeah, so pretty much she had snow yesterday, and she's like, I just want to get away and fly to Dominican for a couple of days.
It snowed, it hailed, it rained, it did everything yesterday except have sunshine.
besides the best part of the weather, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So tell us more about this passports part of your channel. How many countries have you gone to in your life? 26,
and it'll be 27 as of next week.
So you never been to Dominican before? It's your first time in Dominican.
First time, yeah.
So when you book a trip, do you try to go somewhere new every single time, like a different country, or do you want to go back? The plan is just to go somewhere new. Okay, I love that. Yeah. Yep. And so 26 countries. How many continents?
5.
So what are the 2 missing?
Antarctica, which is my number 1 bucket list, and Australia.
And how do you plan on getting to Antarctica?
I got to resell a lot of stuff so that I can get there.
Is there actual like flights to like the South Pole or something? Or
no, you fly to Argentina and then you get on a cruise ship, and it's like one of those icebreaker type boats, and then you cruise. It's like a 2-week at least trip there and back.
Actually sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's like $10,000. It's ridiculously expensive, but I'm going to get there.
You got to sell a lot of Lululemon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what was the other one? Antarctica?
Australia.
Is that a bucket list item in the future as well?
It's just not as enticing to me as Antarctica because not many people go there. So I want to be able to say that I went.
All right. So Johnny says he loves savers. Do you have any savers around you? Because you're in the same area as Johnny. You're close enough to Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny's in Mass, I think, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their prices are a little bit crazy these days, especially the one I go to. I go to the Rhode Island one mostly, but before I moved, which was the summer of last year, I went to one in Mass, and it's pretty much the same all over.
Okay, because I heard so many good things about savers, so I guess you're telling me they're not that good.
They're good. It's just their prices are high.
Dina says Dominican is amazing. Been there 3 times and hoping to go back in July. Wow, well there you go.
Well, that's good, Dina.
Are you going for like a resort, or are you just getting like an Airbnb and seeing as much as you can?
Airbnb, and I made sure I had a bedroom with a balcony overlooking the private beach. So,
Ooh, you guys, stay tuned for IG to be jealous. So, out of you said 26.
yep.
Right? What? Name your top 5.
Oh, Thailand's number 1. Iceland, Italy. Let's see. This is hard.
And I told you I was going to bring the heat with the questions.
I liked Estonia. I was only there for a day. I took a boat ride over from Finland.
That is a random one. You don't hear that one that much. Okay.
It's so cute, and it was snowing then. It was just like this little sweet town, so I enjoyed that. And then probably Denmark I also really liked.
Okay, so pretty much mainly Europe. Besides Thailand.
Yeah.
That's the one place I actually haven't hit Europe. Even though I was born in Europe, I haven't really gone back to visit. I told you probably, like, I had a planned trip last September to see a lot of it, and it couldn't happen. Yeah. Yep. So, but why Thailand? Why is Thailand so awesome?
It's super cheap. You can live like a queen for very little money, and it has everything that I like. It has mountains. I went to Chiang Mai and volunteered with the elephants. I got to bathe them. It was super fun. I also hit the beach. We went snorkeling. It's got just everything that I could ever want to do in one spot. So
I miss traveling. Same.
Me too, Nana.
And does your daughter go with you on these trips or no?
Not all of them, but she does go on quite a few of them. She'll be coming with me next week. So
how many countries has she seen?
Like 11 or 12, I think.
Do you want to answer?
Libby, do you want to answer? Do you even know?
I
don't. You didn't even wave. You just left.
Hello.
Man, I wonder where she gets her awkwardness from.
Yeah, the awkward gene traveled far.
Yeah, Donna says goals. Yeah, definitely. So pretty much your goal, I guess, is just to see every country before you pass, right? Just to see every single thing. Dang. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Thailand's definitely on my bucket list. I hear so many good things about Thailand, and never made it out there yet, but definitely want to. Antarctica, not so much. I don't really.
But they got penguins there. They're so fun.
But it's cold.
Just a smart kid. That's all I'm saying. It's a smart kid. And then now explain the second part, the pizza pies part.
I love pizza. I mean, I have pizza.
I was like, if you don't have pizza for this interview, it'd be pretty disappointing. Any favorite toppings on the pizza, or just plain cheese?
I used to love buffalo chicken pizza, but since I've been pescatarian for like a year or so, it's really just cheese at this point.
I figured like cheese is the best way because you can actually taste which pizza is better. If we just plain cheese, like I don't know if you ever watch Dave Portnoy, he does one bite pizza reviews.
Yeah, one bite, everybody knows the rules.
See, you know, yeah, yeah. Like he just does plain cheese because that's the best way you can tell.
Yeah.
Danica comes in and goes pizza, for sure. So, have you tried pizza in every single country that you've been to?
I think so for the most part, except maybe Thailand. I don't think I had any pizza there. And
which country has the best pizza besides us? Or you can include us too if you think there's somebody that's better than us.
So far, Copenhagen had the best pizza that I've had. I had pizza literally every day that I was on that trip, and sometimes more than once.
That is shocking.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Denmark knows their pizza. Okay,
yeah,
interesting. And did you go to different places in Copenhagen too?
The same place is called Gorms.
Oh, so maybe it's just you found like the gold mine of Copenhagen.
Yep.
So explain this to us. Like when you go to like a travel somewhere, do you like actually Google best pizza in Copenhagen, or do you just walk until you smell it?
I usually just walk and see what's there.
Hashtag see the world. That's right, Louie. That's why I think like Kay's channel is super cool because she has obviously reselling videos. I think you just posted one about jeans recently, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And then are you going to be posting something from the Dominican on your channel as well?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, if you guys want to see travel videos, if you want to see reselling videos, Kay's your girl for sure. Now, are your travel vlogs on your channel now? Like how many countries can we see if we click on your channel?
I have Aruba. I have Kenya. That's a popular one. I have, where else did we go? Do we have an Italy one? I think there's an Italy one.
I think so.
And there's a Copenhagen one. That might be it. It might be another fifth one. I can't remember.
Yeah, Nana said, never have thought that for best pizza. Yeah, same.
Yeah, me either.
I would never have thought of Estonia as being a top 5 country to see as well. So that's so this is why I guys had the expert. You are now the pizza and travel expert of the reselling community. Louis says Italy has the best pizza.
Italy's pizza was good, but it wasn't the same as Denmark pizza. The pasta in Italy, however, was amazing. And the gelato, because I ate a lot of that too.
Italy is, Louis is also Italian, so it might be a little biased.
Yeah.
But then Ella's from England, and she says Italy has the best pizza too, so I don't know. But Ella, have you tried Copenhagen pizza? You can't say Italy has the best pizza if you haven't tried Copenhagen pizza. Kay has tried both, and she's the expert.
Well, maybe I just didn't go to the right place in Italy, so
That's true. So
I heard Naples is pretty good for pizza, but I didn't go there.
Oh, so where in Italy have you been?
I went to Venice and then Rome and Verona. We took a day trip over there too.
Any countries that you didn't feel safe or felt you couldn't trust the police or government? It's a good question, Tom.
The United States. That's the only time I've ever felt unsafe traveling, because I do a lot of traveling solo, and I went to Dubai by myself. I went to Thailand by myself. Always felt fine. I do make sure that I know like basics in those languages, like help or fire or whatever I need to know. I keep my wallets and personal stuff concealed. I have like this little sleeve that I put on my arm that hides all of my credit cards and my money, so I'm not just walking around holding my phone. So
now you say you travel alone. Do you also like visit all these places alone at the country as well, or do you like stay like with a group of people then just meet friends there? Or
no, I usually just stay by myself and just walk around.
That's crazy. And you said the place you felt the least safe was the USA.
Yeah.
I would not have expected that answer. Okay. James says, exactly, Kay. US is unsafe.
See, James knows what's up.
Tommy says, great answer. Okay, there we go. See? Mexico for me. That's what John said. Okay, interesting. Like I said, the places I travel to, I've never felt unsafe, but I'm also 6'6" and not everybody's first target when it comes to robbing people. So that's why I felt I was good. But I guess a lot of countries, like I went to Colombia for a month, and everybody's like, "You're going to Colombia for a month, you're gonna die," because people had seen Narcos or whatever. They have the terrible reputation of what Colombia is. And it's actually one of the prettiest countries in the world, and there was never one time I felt unsafe about it. Traveling solo is so relaxing.
It is.
There we go. Very true, I guess, according to her.
Yep.
I've never traveled solo yet. Like, I'm afraid to do it because I love companionship and having friends and stuff there. But I feel like if I travel solo, I could probably meet somebody and get to know people there.
You learn a lot about yourself traveling alone. I will say that.
Yeah. I had my cousin who wanted to discover himself. So he went to Peru and like traveled the Amazon jungle by himself.
Wow. So, I don't know if I would do that, but
I wouldn't recommend that. But apparently he got out and he's fine now. But seriously, guys, I guess it depends on where in each country, including the U.S. also. Yeah, that makes sense. There's safes. Europeans laugh at the yes after and who was elected. It says my family was robbed at gunpoint while Mexico was. Okay, well that would make sense. Why you don't feel safe in Mexico, John? It definitely makes the most sense. So, do you have any trips planned after Dominican or anything in the hopper?
Well, Liv still wants to go to Tokyo. That's her number one, and we were supposed to go in April of last year, but then the pandemic happened, so that got canceled. So she still wants to go there. Don't think it'll happen this year. As far as this year, I think we just have Montana planned, which we went in summer of 2020 to Montana and Wyoming for Yellowstone. But this time I think we're going to hit Glacier National Park.
Ooh. Now, Montana, you're going to fly there, I'm guessing, right? Not going to drive. Okay, it makes sense. And so Tokyo's on the radar or just after this whole thing is over?
After everything's over, yeah.
James says Japan smells. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
I mean, New Jersey smells, so
Yeah, I'm sure Rhode Island probably smells too.
It does.
I don't even know what that means, James, but thanks. Says my friend climbed Machu Picchu for her 50th. Ooh,
I did Machu Picchu. That was amazing.
So was Peru the only place you hit in South America, or?
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, but it's not in your top 5.
No. And Machu Picchu was great. And the hike was great because we did the Inca Trail. It was like 4 days, 3 nights. But like everybody on the streets in Peru when we were in Cusco were super aggressive, and it was just a big turnoff for me.
That's how Colombia is with Cartagena. It's like everybody's like, hey, you need this glasses, you need this hat. Like I'll be wearing glasses, like, hey, you need a new pair. I'm like, I have glasses. It's like, no, those glasses bad. You need these glasses. That's the one turnoff I had of Colombia was just the what do you call it, peddlers, I guess, right? That's the word from But in other parts of Colombia they were fine too. So I don't know if that was just like the touristy spots are that bad. But you're saying Peru is very similar?
Yeah, very similar.
But how was the trail?
The trail was amazing. I wanted to die on the second day, but I made it.
It was amazing. I want to die. it was amazing.
He's alive.
Thanks. How many people were on it, and what is the Incan Trail for people like me who have no clue what you're talking about?
So we didn't do the whole thing, but I think it works out to it's like marathon distance in length. But you're at such a high altitude. A lot of people get altitude sickness. So we had like tea every morning when they were waking us up at the crack of dawn. But there were maybe 10 or 12 people in total on our trip. But those porters who carry everybody's stuff up and down these mountains, they're incredible.
Didn't even think about those people. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah.
You're carrying hundreds of pounds just on their backs, and they're killing us getting to the next like checkpoint before we're even anywhere close, and it's just amazing.
And they probably do that multiple times a week, right? You guys do it once. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, Tommy's wondering, do you watch any of the live walking streams? I don't know, that wasn't even a thing. I'm fascinated.
No, but I'll have to look into that now.
Japan on Twitch is amazing. It's just the guy just walking. Is that what it is? Like, am I reading? I'm reading that right? Just a live
That's
walking.
What it sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Do one in Dominican. Just live walking stream. Just does say anything. It says, I love Japan. I want to go there so bad. So you sound like her daughter. Why does she like Tokyo so much?
Pokemon.
Nintendo in general.
My girl. Pokemon. What's your favorite Pokemon?
Still Valley.
Who?
You have to come closer. They're not going to be able to hear you.
Yeah, that's true. Still Valley.
Is that like a new one? I never heard of that one before.
It's an Alola Pokemon.
That's Gen 4, Gen 5?
I only know
Gen
the
7.
originals.
Gen 7, yeah. I stopped.
There's 8 generations of Pokemon.
What's your favorite Gen 1 Pokemon?
Bulbasaur.
He likes Charmander.
I know.
Can you tell? Back there?
Yeah. You could beat me in a Pokemon battle, though.
Yeah, but look what I got for you. Let's see. I got him too.
Aww.
Bulbasaur is up there in general anyway, so.
Yeah, he's cute. Charmander's better, but he's cute.
He's not Lapras, though. Sorry.
I don't have even Lapras, so I can't really say.
Lacking.
Yeah, they didn't make any Lapras Funkos yet. You talk to Funko about it. Tommy says that sounds like Times Square. Probably the smell comment.
I would like to know, Ninetales is also up there for Gen 1.
Yes, I love Ninetales too. I like fire Pokemon in general, but yeah, Ninetales is very glam. Fully Flips, can you please stop putting this young lady on the hot set?
Thank you.
I think it's referring to your daughter. She's schooling you on Pokemon? Well, I'm sorry. I stopped watching after I was 12, 13, or whenever Gen 3 stopped coming out. I have up in Pokemon Generations when they made the ice cream cone one. I'll give up. I remember falling asleep during the first Pokemon movie. Wow, Polly. I think I cried there in one of those Pokemon movies. I don't remember which one, but I think I cried there. I subscribed to him. It looks like a cool channel. You subscribe to Tommy? I would unsubscribe Nikki. Tommy has a terrible channel.
I also cried
kidding.
during a Pokemon movie once, and I don't remember which one it was.
I feel like it was the one with like Mew and Mewtwo battling.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lose so many viewers by talking about this, but I don't care.
I think it was that one. I don't know. I think it was the fact that Pikachu was trying to wake up Ash.
Yes.
I don't know. It made me sad.
I didn't watch it, so I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Pokemon fan are you? My daughter has a huge Sailor Moon. Okay, well that's also it's called anime, right? Yeah, people all over the world live stream cool places. Some of them have thousands of live viewers. Lots of people can afford travel.
That's interesting, actually.
I never thought about that. So it's just them just walking. It's kind of like a travel vlog, but live, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, I never see stuff that you see on YouTube and like the Twitch is just mind blowing sometimes. Sorry, I can't pause in advance. So I guess tell us. Let's go maybe back to reselling. Before we get into more travel stuff, what is the best thing you ever probably flipped? Your best flip ever?
Well, this year so far, it's been a Tiffany's necklace that I got from a mystery bag. But I think overall, it was one of those Fjall. I don't know how to say that brand. It's like the FJALL Raven. I sold a jacket. I wore it to Seattle when I went, and then got back and sold it for almost $200.
And what was it? You said you got a grab bag?
Yeah. So
what is that?
A friend of mine was getting irritated with his wife for having too much stuff that she didn't use. And so posted on Facebook that he wanted to offload a bunch of it. And he had just this Tupperware full of jewelry. I had no idea what was in there. So I asked him how much he wanted. He said $20. So I gave him $20 plus 10 shipping, and there was a Tiffany's necklace in there. So I'm already $122 up on that bag.
that's a pretty good start.
Yeah, I bet his wife is super pissed.
Yeah, he probably didn't ask her. He's just like, I got a box of random stuff. Here you go.
Yep.
Tommy, I watch travel pages for that reason too. Okay. So is that something you're starting to do now? Like, I guess it probably was it like a Facebook thing that you saw, or
yeah, it was just a Facebook post. I don't really know anything about jewelry, so since I'm trying to expand into different things and get more away from clothes, I figured I'd just give it a shot and see what happens.
Probably goes, no. Are they still married? Once she realizes what happened.
He sold a Louis Vuitton bag of hers too, I believe, as well as some other stuff.
Wow. Yeah, there's no way they're still married. Okay, so that, and where'd you get the jacket from?
Just Savers.
Oh, even though you hate Savers.
Yeah. The prices are high, but
and they're not gonna get any lower, right?
No. And like I said, that one Goodwill that we have is awful, so I just don't even bother going there.
Now, did you ever think about like thrifting while you're traveling? Have you ever done that, or no? Like going to
I haven't done it yet. I did look earlier today to see if there's any thrift stores in the Dominican that I can check out. So there are a few that are on my list. If I can get there, then I will. But otherwise, if I don't make time for it, it's fine.
I think that'd be probably a cool video too. Just saying, hey, here's what the thrift stores look like. Here's what Goodwill is. There's no way there's a Goodwill right there.
No, they're all like random one-off thrift stores.
Yeah. Or go to like the bazaars or like flea markets and stuff. You probably can find some decent stuff. Yeah, because I didn't think about that until actually Louis told me about this. Lone Step Picker. It's like because when you go back to Ukraine, the exchange rate there is insanely good. I can find like homemade, handcrafted like nesting dolls and stuff in Ukraine. I can probably buy for pennies, and I can bring them back here and flip them for a lot more. I never actually thought about thrifting and traveling together, but that could work.
Yeah.
I was hooked a live train in Norway for a while. They have a wow. That's actually sounds awesome. Because I hear Norway's pretty. I never.
Yeah, I want to go there.
Thrifting and traveling goals. Yeah, see, guys, you gotta follow. How do you that way? So weird. You gotta point the other way. Like try to point at me right now. Try to do it. Okay, show off. Fine. Okay, she's a what do you call it? Expert. All right. So I don't know if you were watching earlier, But I did this like explain the gram with Emily.
Yeah. Oh God, I can only imagine what you're gonna pull up right now.
You had a lot to choose from. That's all I'm saying. It's because there were so many awesome pictures that I was super jealous of. Okay, that's Emily's stuff. All right, first one.
Yeah. See, I told you I gave the elephants a bath when I was in Thailand.
Yeah, I was like, please don't talk about this too much because it's coming up on the show. That is cool.
Yeah. It was one of the best things I've ever done.
Did you plan this with the top and all? Did you know you're going to do that day, or was the top?
Yeah, I made sure I wore elephants.
So, and then you had more pictures of elephants on your Instagram as well. Did you see them later as well, or just in Thailand?
All the same day. I just volunteered for the day with the Elephant Nature Park, and we got to feed them. We gave them medicine. We bathed them, and we got to learn all about them. They have so many that are like missing limbs, or they're deaf or blind from abuse or stepping on mines. I guess that's like a big thing. So it was really cool.
Stepping on mines?
Yeah.
I would have never thought about that at all.
I didn't either.
And so you just spent the day like taking care of them,
yep,
giving them hugs, washing them.
It cost like $50 for the whole day just to be there and volunteer with them, and it was just awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's goals right there. And it's called Elephant Nature Park?
Yep.
And that's in Thailand.
Yep. Chiang Mai.
Is that a city?
Yeah, it's like the mountainous inner region of Thailand.
And how do you get there?
I flew on an internal flight from Bangkok. It was maybe like an hour and a half flight.
That's awesome. Okay. Now next one.
No, geez.
Oh, it's not bad. Explain this.
I mean, I love Harry Potter.
Well, I know, but not everybody else knows.
It's no secret. I'm a huge Potterhead. So this was in Denmark when I went, and I couldn't not take a photo with the giant Lego Hagrid. I mean, come on.
How could you pass that up?
Right.
So this is actually Denmark.
Yeah.
There's a Lego store in Denmark?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. And so who's your favorite Harry Potter character?
Sirius Black.
I'm going to pretend like I know who that is, even though I never watched the show or the movie.
You're killing me here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So what? That was Copenhagen. Was that is Copenhagen, Denmark?
Yes.
That's what the pizza is.
Yes.
So that's what So guys, this is why she likes Denmark so much. Pizza and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So Tommy says he went to Hawaii and sent like 5 suitcases of video games. Thrifting was a nice way to write off. Okay. I would have never thought of that. Okay. John says passports. What is your go-to when sourcing? Any grail item you're looking for? Is a goal to find to flip?
Not really. I kind of like to have variety because otherwise I get bored real easily. And if I get bored, then I'm not going to ever list. And with having limited time to list and do reselling tasks, I kind of have to make sure that I'm excited about the stuff. So I used to go to the shoes first when I'd go into the thrift store. But nowadays I start in the hard goods and then I go to the plushes. Since I have an antique booth, I've been really loving the hard goods lately. And then the plushes, I just really like to see what I can find over there. I'm still trying to find you a Charmander, but no luck yet.
I bought an Eevee from you. It's about as close as we're getting. Maybe one of these days. So you have an antique booth. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How long did you have that?
Since November, so it's pretty recent.
Is it making money the whole time frame?
Yeah. It's been pretty good. I'm actually moving to a bigger booth. I have the smallest one right now. It's like $135 a month. And I'm moving to the next bigger booth for May 1st. So I'm excited to have more space.
And what, you said, a hard goods sells really good there?
Yep.
And you just buy them at Goodwill and bring them over there?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds pretty simple.
Or I find stuff in people's trash that they leave out, and then I pick that and price it and put it in my booth too.
You do trash as well.
Yeah, kind of like your rags to riches.
Yes. See, people think that I created that idea. I'm the guy. People have been getting stuff from the trash way before I made that series. Louis says Iceland has some pretty killer cheap rates right now. Great place to visit and beautiful sites. Iceland was number 2 for you, right? You said?
Yep.
Iceland, yeah.
Yeah, they just opened for vaccinated U.S. travelers too. So
There we go. I'd love to do that. We have a place close to me where you can give them a bath. Close to you? In Indiana? Okay, interesting. When traveling. The world is still full of landmines from sense. Yeah, that makes sense, Louis. Thai food is so amazing. The beer, not so much.
I didn't have any beer, but I can confirm the Thai food is amazing.
Tommy does jeans. Ravenclaw. That's I guess that's her.
I'm Slytherin all the way.
I did that test and I was Hufflepuff, so I don't know what that means, but that's the class they gave me. It sounds very manly. You know, when you say I'm a Hufflepuff, it just sounds like the manliest guy. Lego is from Denmark.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
I probably should have known that, Robert. Sirius is hot. Jenna, what are you talking about? Is this a Harry Potter guy too? Serious?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, see. Oh man, Hagrid is a mutant too. Yeah, Hagrid is huge. I actually there was who plays Hagrid in the movies? What's his name?
Daniel Radcliffe?
No.
Oh, Hagrid?
Yeah, Daniel was Harry Potter. But
Robbie Coltrane.
Yes, Robbie Coltrane. I've actually found a storage unit that had a binder full of autographs, and it had like half the cast of Harry Potter. That because I think the girl who had it was like a huge Harry Potter fan. She probably wrote to all the actors. So I've sold like Radcliffe autograph. I sold Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
Yeah, and then whoever that Weasley guy is, whatever his actor's name is. Yeah, but the one that went for the most money was the Haggard one, the culture one. That was a surprise. Guess there's not many of those autographs out there. Sirius Black was Harry Potter's uncle. Thanks, Roy.
Thanks, Roy. You know what's up.
You are doing great, Kay. I couldn't agree more, Nikki.
Thanks, Nikki.
You are doing great. So I don't know why you were so worried about this. Paul, it's why I told you to thrift while traveling, bro. Stuck up. I already gave you a shout out, Lou. You don't have to mention it again. So, I said, Kay is amazing. Yes, Nana.
Nana's amazing too.
You know Nana? Dude. Yeah, Nana's awesome.
Nana's Shopping Network. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. Hala Nana is a new show. It's just a new show name. Where is the booth? What town in Rhode Island?
It's in Greenville, Rhode Island. So it's technically, I think Smithfield, Rhode Island is one and the same. But it's pretty close to me. It's like 15 minutes away.
Rush says it's not trash picking, it's scavenging. Free is the best price.
That's true.
You can't be free. Says I just moved into a larger booth and I was able to get it out to it today. I have to bring more reads because it's all about wow.
That's awesome, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny's killing it with the antique booth game for sure.
You'll have to let me know where your booth is so I can go check it out.
How close are you to where he is?
I don't know where he is.
I feel like everything up there is just like 30 minutes away from each other. Because I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Yes and no.
Like how, like from the like the lowest point to the top to the highest point, how fast can I drive through Rhode Island? How many hours would it take?
Probably 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. You guys are super small and cute. Hufflepuff, all heart. Is that accurate about me, Jan? I don't know. Antique booths are everywhere around me, but they're expensive and kind of terrible. Okay. Was that a hint that I need a bath? Do I stink the bath? Oh, man. Hey, Annette's here. Hufflepuff. I thought I was the only one that called you that. Shut up, John. Passport and Pizzapies. You are a pro at this. You're really doing great. Look at this positive reinforcement. Love to see it.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
You guys have any questions for Kay before I get into? Oh, I did have a question for you. Why do you like Lapper so much?
Because he's cute, and I like water Pokemon and ice Pokemon, even though I don't like to be cold. But he's just adorable, and I love him, and I just want to ride into the sunset with him.
Even though you're like a Loch Ness monster? What did your daughter say?
She also likes Aerodactyl.
Aerodactyl is super dope.
Well, he's a dinosaur, so yeah.
Yeah. Larry, do you like Aerodactyl? Larry, you still in the chat? Do you know what Aerodactyl is? 'Cause Larry's a dinosaur too. My booth is in oh my gosh in Sterling.
All right, I'll have to check that out.
I don't
know how far that is from me, but I'll go there.
Paul, you do know that Sunday night is when to drive through Swarthmore curb finds, right? Yes. I actually, when I started doing this Rack Switcher series, I looked up all the trash routes for like the rich areas. Like Swarthmore is like the rich area around me. So I go the night before, just drive by real quick to see if there's anything good on the curb. I do know that. Thank you, Nancy. Though. Don't mind him. He didn't give me a shout out. I think because I laughed at his singing. I'm sorry. Hi guys, Ella's here. Shout out to Ella, best channel in the world. Save your first. Go follow. Yes, Paul. Don't do much right, but he found a great. Oh wow. Okay, thanks, Tommy. I think that's the first time Tommy ever complimented me. So I'll take that for sure. Larry says Aerodactyl is my brother. Okay. So I guess we can go back to traveling a little bit before we head out. Have you been anywhere else in Africa besides Kenya or just Kenya?
South Africa. That was my first international trip.
South Africa.
Yep.
How long ago was that?
2015.
Oh, so you just recently started traveling.
Yeah. It was my first international trip and my first trip solo.
So it's, what is it now? 2021, right?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. So you've seen
6 years.
Yeah, but like last year doesn't count because of pretty much COVID, right? So we can just scratch that year out. So pretty much 26 countries in 5 years.
Yeah.
And how did you fit that with your work schedule?
I've been at my company for 15 years. That makes me sound really old, but
I didn't bring it up.
Oh, that's okay. I did. So I have a lot of vacation time. I think I get like 6 or 7 weeks of vacation time. So, and also a lot of those trips are like long weekends where I would take like a Thursday to Sunday off.
That's actually pretty smart. so you can travel there and back in 4 days, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. And now, like the longer ones, you probably try to fit in as many countries as possible. I'll figure, right? If you could do like a 2-3 week trip, you probably want to see. Okay, now is there any country you want to actually really go back to?
I would go back to Thailand. I was talking to Dina about this in the chat the other day in one of your morning shows. I'd go back to Iceland because there's a lot that I didn't get to see that I would like to see in Italy just because I want to see Venice again before it sinks underwater.
You think that's going to happen soon?
Yeah, eventually, yes.
Is it, like in our lifetime?
No, but that's my excuse to go back there.
Oh, okay. I thought you knew something I didn't. Like I know eventually it's going down. I'm like, oh man, I should probably start booking my flight if Kate thinks it's going down that soon. Does she believe in dinosaurs? I'm not sure that's a reference to you or your daughter.
Hold. I don't know if I'll be able to show it, but yes, I have dinosaurs on my whole arm. So.
Now, does your daughter believe in dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Like when she hops over, it's like, yes. She just hops back. She just blew up on me. Says, I'd love to go to South Africa, maybe one day on my bucket list. Is there some place you would recommend for her to go if she does go?
Don't go to Johannesburg. It's kind of terrifying. I went to Cape Town because I wanted to go diving with the great white sharks. That was the whole reason why I went there. But also I wanted to go somewhere on my first trip internationally that they spoke English. That makes sense. They also have a lot of great hiking there. The food's amazing. They have this little waterfront area where they have it's basically like an antique booth, but they're just handmade vendor stalls. And then they have another building that's just all food vendors. I could spend days
there.
there.
My goodness. That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
And how many vendors are we talking about?
There's got to be 40 to 50 vendors in the food booth. And then about the same probably in the handmade crafts one.
Yeah, I could probably spend a month just in that room. That sounds pretty awesome. She says, I'd love to go with you to Thailand.
Yes, Dina, let's go.
Badass tattoos. Right?
Thank you.
You have any more you want to show?
None that I can show right now.
I skipped it. Oh, another thing. There's live webcams to watch Venice.
Yes.
There's probably, now that I think about this, is there like a whole category, Tommy? You just what do you search on Twitch to find these things? She says, love it already. Yes. When you mentioned the language, how far ahead do you plan learning something when you go like when you went to Thailand? I'm sure you probably try to learn a little bit of what they speak Thai, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. I don't spend too much time. I just want to know the basics like hello, thank you, if you need help, or how much is this if I want to try and buy something, especially with Thailand because they have all of those like outdoor markets and I wanted to be able to haggle with them. So
wow, that's ballsy. Do you feel like they're trying to take advantage of you because they know you're not from there?
No, everything is so cheap that it really doesn't even matter.
Yeah, so even if they charge you double, it's still
you're arguing over cents, really.
Yeah, that's what I don't get too. Like I like when you go to Colombia, the peddlers charge you like 20 cents for like a soda on the street, and I have people looking like, no, I'm paying you 15 cents, and I'm like, you're really gonna spend 10 minutes arguing over a nickel, man?
It's not worth it.
Yeah, just pay them. And a lot of the peddlers in Colombia were like people who were like escaping from Venezuela to make money for their family back home. So like I would give them because it was Colombian dollars. So I'd give them a couple bucks more just to help them out. And like you're really spending all this time just arguing about quarters. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Says because they're those are on YouTube. Japan I mentioned. Just suggest them. Okay, so you guys can just search live cams. Thrifter says this is, by the way, this is Nate. He's from Australia. So he's in one of your bucket list countries. That's the word. Yeah. He said he spent 2 months in Thailand. Dirty there. Go to Malaysia. Way better. Have you been to Malaysia?
Nope. But I would go there.
Malaysia sounds. Wait, no. Singapore's the one that's expensive, right? Singapore is the expensive one. Yeah. Malaysia is in the same area.
I think so. Southeast Asia. Yeah.
I'm going to sound stupid if I keep talking about it, so I'm just going to ignore it. Says no wildlife preserves you went to in South Africa?
No, unfortunately, I didn't get to go on safari in South Africa to any of those, but they do have them. I have a friend that went and loved it. The only time I've done that was when we went to Kenya.
Louis says Venice was a cesspool of stank. Cover price, not romantic. Louis, can you tell us how you really feel? Oh man. Where is this? Oh, right here. Polly says, passport Pizzapies, I want to die and come back as you. Look at that. That's a pretty good compliment. The Colombia empanadas are worth millions. Those empanadas are worth like 20 cents on the street. And they're the best food I ever had was street food in Colombia. And the best coffee I ever had was street coffee in Colombia too. I don't know what they put in it. I hope it's not drugs, but it was great.
Just don't think about it. You probably don't want to know.
Yeah, 2 big YouTubers left USA 20 years ago, live in Thailand. They love it. Yeah, well, it just
that's where I want to go.
Yeah, like I want to retire in Thailand too. Just the exchange rate is incredible. Wendy, was there an accident that you timed them out? I don't even know who she timed out. Hopefully it wasn't. Sure, I says that I'm listening. Okay, something's happening in the chat. I'm gonna ignore it. So your plan is to retire and get out of here.
Yeah.
And Thailand is the option.
As of right now, unless I go somewhere else that I love a lot more than Thailand, but I'm open to anywhere that isn't here.
Even though Nate said it's dirty.
That's okay. I can deal with it.
Nate says go to Malaysia, Singapore border area. Singapore like attractions by 1/3 the price of Singapore. That makes sense because I've heard Singapore is overpriced, but isn't Singapore just like a city? It's not even like big enough to be a country. I don't know. I'm not the travel expert here.
I don't know. I just know their airport is like amazing. They have that giant waterfall in there.
Yeah, I've seen that on Yes Theory. They spent like 3 days on the YouTube channel. They spent 3 days living just in the airport to see if they could do they get caught or not. Mm-hmm. They have like waterfalls, pools, movie theaters, hotels, anything you mention. To test the drug potency and cover fall. That's good to Thanks, Tommy. I'll know for the future. All right, so we're getting ready, guys, to close out the show. Before we close, if you have any more questions for her. But I decided it was so much fun to do a giveaway last time. We'll do a giveaway today as well. Last time Nikki gave us something away. I just grabbed something random from my stash. And today I'm going to give away this. You guys want it? The chocolate fountain. I hope it works. I haven't tested it. It's a chocolate fountain. If you guys want to win this right now in the chat, you have to name. Kay already texted me this. Name Kay's favorite dessert. Since chocolate is dessert, name Kay's favorite dessert. And then the first answer that gets this, guess the fountain. You can name as much things as you want, but name Kay's favorite dessert. It is very good. That's all I have to say. I agree with her choice. So I just put your comments in, and there's a low delay. So while we get there, oh no, we already have. You owe me your address to you? Probably. Okay, we got creme brulee. I'm not gonna. Well, that was fast. The fourth answer. How? How did you guys get this in 4 answers?
She knows the best dessert.
Last time we had Nikki and was her favorite animal. It took 20 minutes for them to figure out I was lying. On the 4th answer, we got tiramisu. You guys can stop commenting. Simply Dana, you win. Simply Dana. I will talk to you. I have your Instagram. I will get your address and I will send this out to you. But that is okay. That was way faster than I expected because I
knew I liked her.
I was like, I knew tiramisu was good. I don't think they're going to guess it right away. I think they're going to guess like ice cream, macaroons, cookies, all that stuff. Wow.
Dessert pizza.
Dessert pizza. Yay, did I win? Yes, you won, Dana. Congrats. If she likes pizza, she likes tiramisu. That was my next guess. Sorry to everybody else who guessed. Dina also guessed cannolis right after that. So it's just pretty much anything Italian. All right, congrats, Dina. That's awesome. Do you guys have any questions for Kay before she heads out? Guys, remember her link is in the description below. Make sure you guys give her a follow and a sub. What is your Instagram thing handle?
Passports _ pizza pies.
Say it again.
It's passports and pizza pies, but with underscores in between the words.
Okay, so passports _ and _ pizza pies.
Yeah.
Was passport pizza pies taken? Is that why you had to do
think
that?
So,
one?
yeah.
Those jerks. That's why I had to put an underscore on my name because somebody took Phlipper. The audacity to take my name.
How dare they?
Before I even knew about it. If I missed it, favorite pizza type toppings. Cheese, but before that it was barbecue chicken. Buffalo chicken.
Or buffalo chicken, yeah.
Yeah. But now it's just plain cheese.
Yeah, I'm lame.
I love the dessert pizza choices. That's not lame. Plain is great. Nothing lame about it. Malaysia is like the cheaper one, but Japan. Well, Nate, is Malaysia paying you or something? Why do you keep promoting Malaysia like that? Like I'm telling you guys, Malaysia's good. I have a channel yet. Yeah, guys. So make sure you guys sub to her. Jen, if you're still here, if you want to link her Instagram, that'd be great too. Because what do you post on your gram? What do you post?
A little bit of everything. I actually don't really post too much like actual posts on Instagram. I'm more active in my stories.
The stories.
But,
yep. Same here. Yep. Nutella pizza sounds good. And so if you guys want to see her travel adventures, definitely follow her gram. Definitely follow her that way. Went that way.
Come on, you gotta get this down. The opposite way.
Do the ET thing. Where's your finger?
ET phone home?
Yeah.
That movie creeps me out.
Oh, that creeps you out? Okay.
Yes.
But watching Harry Potter and wizards and snakes and stuff.
There's nothing wrong with wizards.
They're magical.
Everyone talks sometime it was heaven on earth. Just let people neighbors are way better and cleaner. Okay. Thanks, man. I'll have you on in the future, Nate. You can tell us how terrible Thailand is. All right. Before you head out, you want to say anything? What do you have coming up? I saw you were working on a video. Is that being posted soon?
It was posted right before I came on here, actually, because it took me forever to get it edited. But it was just a thrift haul. I do what sold on Wednesdays. I know they're kind of boring to watch. And then Saturdays is just kind of random stuff. So thrift hauls, thrift with me's. I do my like debt-free journey updates, and then my travel video will probably be next Saturday.
Oh, before you head out, I was supposed to ask you about that. Can you tell us more about your debt-free journey updates?
So I'm trying to pay off my car loan by the end of this year, and it's looking like that will happen. And then other than that, I just have my student loans, and then I am completely debt free. I don't count my house in that because it's an asset, not a debt in my eyes.
Exactly. But it sounds like you've been listening to some Dave Ramsey or something like that. Guys, here's our Instagram, Passwords and Pizza Pies.
Thanks, Maggie.
Everyone say thanks to Kay.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for having me.
She was really nervous about this, but I think she did a great job. I don't know if it seems like the chat really liked you. Might have you come back in the future.
All right.
Yeah, if you're up for it.
I'm up for it.
Hopefully by that time you've seen like 10 more countries in 2 months or something.
Hopefully. That's the dream.
Or we could do a live from you when you're like actually somewhere out there in the world.
Maybe if I can get on one of your morning live shows while I'm away, I will try and hop in there.
That would be great. Thanks, Kay. You did great. Thanks, Kay. Nice to meet you. Thanks, Kay. Emily and Paul too. Thanks, Kay. You rock. Look at all these. Look at all this positivity here. Thanks, Kay. Awesome job. Look at that. Nice meeting you, Kay.
This is why I love you guys. You're all so positive and encouraging. And
Yes.
that.
Yeah, she's gonna start doing her own lives now.
I don't know about that.
Just be you and your daughter. That would be very entertaining. she could just hop in for 2 seconds, answer, and then hop back out.
And go back to her Switch that she's been playing the whole time.
Oh, what is she playing?
Zelda.
Good choice. Good choice. Nintendo girl. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. You did it awesome, Gay. Thanks, Gay. Awesome. I'm not positive. That's my Stitch. Okay. Well, at least most people are positive. Great job, Kay. Nice. All right, guys, we're going to sign off. Thank you guys for coming. So this was a fun live. Thank you to Emily. I'm not sure if you hear anymore. And obviously, thank you to Kay. Appreciate you popping on. Guys, make sure you sub to both of them down below. Kay is like at a 550-ish, right? Something like that.
I lost one right before I came on this live, actually. So I'm at 552 last I checked. But by the way, congrats on getting 1,000.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
You are now at 555.
Sweet.
555. So, guys, her channel deserves to be in the millions, not in the hundreds. So definitely give her a sub. Tell your friends about it. Great channel to watch. And we'll see you guys next week. Next week we have Drew from Profit Monsters and then Katie Reed's on the show. So make sure you guys are here for that. But that's going to be it from me and from Kay. Thank you guys for watching.